This is KTVO's Good Morning Heartland.
And welcome back. Scott is hanging out at Fesler Auto Mall in Fairfield all morning long. He's learning some valuable tips on how to prepare your car for the winter. Hey, Scott.
Heartland, we're live at Fesler Auto Mall today, and I'm here with Joel Shaw. And Joel, how are you doing today?
Good morning, Scott. Doing really good.
Good. You're going to walk us through wiper blades and basically tell us a little bit about them.
Everybody's used to the conventional style wiper blade.
Sure.
It's the one in front there. Good blade is 6 points of contact at least. Some of the bigger ones will even have 8 or 9.
Okay.
Second one is a winter wiper blade. Rubber, so the ice and snow doesn't get packed down into the blade and make it not contact the windshield well.
Okay.
And then the new style are these is a beam type blade.
Sure. It's got a kind of a curve like a bow.
Yep.
Okay.
It's just a good curve, and it puts more pressure to the windshield, and you don't have the little spots. Manufacturers recommend 6 months for a wiper blade.
Okay.
And they'll lose their edge, so they last about 6 months.
So every 6 months we should be taking a look at them, bringing them in, having them checked out. My biggest question about this is when there's ice on your, let's say we have the traditional or this style, we don't have the winter blade. When there's ice on the windshield, we really want to defrost that before we actually run the wiper blades, right? Because that can really tear up the blade itself.
You do, especially when they're froze down, you got to get that off there. If you grab it and it's froze down and try and rip it off, you're going to do damage to the blade itself, if not to the whole arm.
Okay. So these winter blades, I mean, are we talking a big price difference between a regular blade, or is it kind of in the same range?
They're the same ballpark. You're looking at between $10 and $15 for most.
Perfect. Well, we've got a great start here today. We're going to be out here all day getting you prepared for your winter weather with your car. We're talking tires, coolant, diesel cars, everything you need to know about your car this winter. We're going to go over it today here at Fesler Auto Mall. We're going to talk a little bit about No Shave November and what they're doing here to help out. Stay tuned. Now back to Ella. Good morning, Heartland. I'm Scott Kellum, live at Fesler Auto Mall. This is Bob Lathrop. Bob, tell us a little bit of what we've got coming up here on Good Morning Heartland.
Good morning. I wanted to talk today about some car care maintenance items for winter coming up. Some of those will be diesel engine care, battery maintenance, battery checks, windshield wipers, and some tire wear items to keep an eye on.
Perfect. All this good information about keeping your car safe during the winter coming up here on Good Morning Heartland. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Good morning, Heartland. Now, you're waking up to some colder temperatures this morning. I'm going to blame that on the fact that I'm not doing weather that Kit's in for me. And speaking of cold weather, I got Cully Leffler here from Fesler Auto Mall. We're going to talk a little bit about batteries and what we can do in the cold weather. So take it away. Tell me a little bit about this.
Okay, Scott. So what I have here is your typical car light truck battery here. Okay. Batteries are very important all times of year, but especially during the winter time on the cold start mornings. And what I want to do here is want to show you this right here is a handheld testing device that all our technicians use. Every vehicle that comes into our shop, we do test the battery. So sure. I just wanted to show you here how it all works.
Now, during the winter, it's especially important because, I mean, it takes a lot less to drain a battery during the winter than the summertime. So that's why it's really important to get a check going into and during the winter, correct?
Yes, correct. And with, you know, this day and age, being in a technological society, you know, we use GPS, we use computers, stuff like that. That's very taxing on a battery. So going in to any season, but especially winter, yes, you want to have a good battery. So
perfect.
Yep. And here, when we test it here, we put the cold cranking amps on here, and I've got it set up here, and all you do is push this button, and it goes through its testing cycle, and it'll show here. If you can see that or not, it shows that it's a good battery. So
it's going to tell us
the battery is ready to go for winter.
Perfect. And cold cranking amps, that's what it actually takes to turn over a car. So cold cranking amps differ from vehicle to vehicle, like a diesel is going to take more.
Correct, yes. And your typical battery like this one here is a 540, but the higher the number is, the better it is in cold start situations.
Perfect, and that's really important, especially in winter times. In the Heartland, it gets really cold. We don't want to be stranded outside, so you really need to get out there and check. And in fact, Ella and I will be at Fesler Auto Mall today doing some maintenance work from 9 to noon. So stop on out and take a look. Bring your car and let's see if we can get Ella to start checking some batteries, maybe do some oil changes, changing some filters. So come on out today. We'll be here from 9 to noon, help you out, get your car checked and ready for the winter, and we'll be right back after this. I'm here with Brian Starnes. Now, Brian, we've been talking about winter preparation on your car so far, but there's even a bigger thing that you guys are doing this month. Hence the scruffy faces we have seen so far in the one. Now, this is not what Brian normally looks like, but Brian, tell us why you're doing this.
Well, we're growing our own scarves in celebration of No Shave November. We entered into this month with the pact to all my male employees. We're foregoing shaving to help bring awareness to the American Cancer Society. We're kind of celebrating the folks that cannot grow hair because they're undergoing chemotherapy or radiation therapy by letting ours grow wild. It was a kind of last-minute decision to do it, came up with it, and I think it's a great program. Our goal is to raise somewhere between $3,000 and $5,000 for the American Cancer Society. What we're doing is for every car we sell this month, new, used, doesn't matter, we're going to donate $50 to the American Cancer Society. On top of that, any accessories that our parts department sells or apparel, t-shirts, you know, you've been in a hallway, hats, we're going to take 5% of that money, send it to the American Cancer Society, and then we're going to give our service and our Express Loop customers an opportunity to donate as well. We've got our Owner Advantage Rewards program here where we normally do 5% cash back on any money paid towards the service, repair, oil changes. We're giving our customers the opportunity to take that money and earmark it for the American Cancer Society.
So even if you're getting an oil change, anything like that, there's a chance for you to donate. Now, you can also just stop in and donate to this, correct?
You can. I've got the center office is set up. We've got a cash receipt book. You can just write a check and we'll put it with our donation and send it to the American Cancer Society at the end of the month.
Perfect. Now, so if anybody stops out today between 9 and noon, Ella and myself will be out here taking donations as well as Brian. So if you're not time for an oil change or you're not time for service, or you're not buying a car, it's still a good cause to get out here and donate money throughout this month. So anybody can then. But if you're looking for a car, you're looking for that new runners or tires or anything like that, it's still a great reason to give.
It is. It's an opportunity to combine your need for a car or service with the need of the American Cancer Society. And we're doing a local donation. We're donating it through the Jefferson County Race for the Cure. We like that approach, number one, because it's local and because it has a defined funding path. One of their big funds that they support is the Hope Lodge, which provides housing, temporary for cancer patients that can't maybe afford if they're up at Mayo, they can't afford a hotel for a week or 2 weeks while they're undergoing therapy. So that's where it's a local donation. We like to, everybody knows we like to donate locally.
Cool, good, and that's a great cause. It's a great thing that they're doing out here at Fesler Auto Mall this entire month. So if you can get out and donate, like I said, Ella and I will be here for today from 9 to noon helping out. Hopefully in the service department we'll get Ella to change some oil or something like that. I'll stand back and I'll supervise. But get out here today, make a donation. If you can't, come out sometime this month and make a donation. And we're going to continue actually giving you winter tips on your cars throughout the rest of the show. So stay tuned and we'll be right back. Good morning, Heartland. I'm here with Bruce from Fesler Auto Mall. Now, Bruce, you're going to talk to us a little bit about coolant because you're saying it's not just green anymore. So tell us about that.
No, good morning, Scott. Well, no, anymore you have you had a lot of your older vehicles they use the green, and now they're using orange, we're using gold. Some of our vehicles have what they call a specialty green in them. And a big difference in them now is the orange or golds, they'll last a lot longer. You can go 100,000 miles.
Okay, so what's the average? Like what did it used to be?
About 30,000 miles. We recommend with the green about every 30,000 miles to flush your coolant just to keep the system in shape, because when this green start breaking down, it gets where it almost looks like a pond water, a dirty brown, and when it gets like that, and especially this time of year, it can plug up your system, plug up your heater core, which is going to affect your car as far as heating up inside, defrosting your windows and stuff like that. Okay,
and you said earlier that if you have orange or gold or green, whatever it is, you want to keep that color. You can't change, can't mix, stay with that color.
You don't want to mix them. You want to, whatever your car has in there, that's what you want to keep. And if you don't know what it is, you can look in your owner's manual. You can come in here and you can see us and ask us.
Great, perfect. Well, like I said, stop out today. We'll be here from 9 to noon. Stay tuned and back to Ella. Good morning, Heartland. I'm here with Terry. We're going to talk a little bit about tires here at Fesler Auto Mall. So Terry, walk me through what I'm looking for in a tire now.
Well, Scott, one of the first things we look at here at the shop when a vehicle comes in is good tire tread depth. This one here on the top is new, and they usually come with 90, 11, 30 seconds on them. And That's what we look for. You look at the one on the bottom, it's down about 5-30 seconds. We recommend replacement about that time. You run the risk of hydroplaning and that kind of thing when tread depth gets low. And
it's not going to push water off. If you lose that tread depth, that's what it's there for, is help push the water and
Exactly. Helps get the water and snow away. Helps you with traction, stopping and going both, that kind of thing. And also with the upcoming winter time coming, we're looking at maybe looking into some studded snow tires.
Okay. And how long can they run those?
You can run those between November 1st and April 1st.
Okay, perfect. Now, we see some tires every now and then that start to crack on the sides of that. Is that something we need to pay really close attention to? Because you usually get a smooth tire on the outside and the cracking. Is that going to lead to like a bubble on the side?
It will lead to a bubble, and then sometimes you get a broken belt out here in the tread too, which will lead to a vibration that we need to tend to.
Perfect.
Tire inflation, you don't want to get a tire overinflated. You wear out the middle of it, and if you get it too low, it wears the edges. There is a door sticker inside the driver's door. You open it up and the door jamb, and it recommends a proper tire size and proper tire inflation as well.
They practically lay it out for you, don't they?
Pretty much, yeah.
Awesome.
It's right
well,
there for you.
Now we're going to throw it back to Ella. Ella? Brian, now walk us through a little bit about some diesel maintenance through the winter. Will you let us know about that?
Well, first off, I'd like to see filters changed more often to keep the clean fuel, makes it run better, makes it start easier.
How often do they want to change those out?
We say every 10,000 miles.
10,000 miles, okay.
But put a good additive in it in the wintertime because for gelling purposes.
Okay.
Make sure your batteries are good, your glow plug system good, and
the block heater.
And use the block heater a lot in the wintertime because of the fact it's a lot nicer on the engine to start with a little warmer than just being cold.
Sure.
Plus it'll help you in the
It'll probably make it last a lot longer too. Your engine will stick around a lot longer.
Plus it's a lot nicer to get in a warm truck than it is a cold one.
Perfect, perfect. Well, thank you very much for joining us out here at Fesler Automall. Now back to Ella and Kit.